Hi guys.
Hi everybody.
Hey everybody.
Sorry we're starting late today. Oops.
We were aiming for 4:20, but we're running a little bit behind. Now we're ready.
Yeah.
But we're here now.
Yes. So,
Okay.
We're gonna have our usual, I guess, episode about criminal justice, marijuana, drug issues. But we like to start. I guess last time we started with a different type of topic, and today we'll do the same thing. Something kind of unrelated, but what's going on this week in the news. Last week it was the potential war with Iran that's still on the horizon. But this week also we have some fun, interesting news from something that crosses the continents between Los Angeles and Britain. And this is very random, but many people I think are united by the fact a lot of people are interested in what's going on with the royals. And this week we had a very interesting thing happen where Meghan Markle, who's our Los Angeles princess, or duchess, she unilaterally with this prince husband of hers, the duke, whatever, decided that they are going to kind of stray from living the way that the rest of the world do in England. And they're going to kind of do their own thing and what they want. And I think this is very inspiring. And this is someone, well, first of all, because we have our own progressive Angelina that's dominating, I think, going to be dominating international relations. She's going to be able to use her platform, which she still has, but bring about progress. And I think something really exciting about Meghan Markle that most people don't know about is that she's been involved in progressive issues since she was a little kid. And when she was a tiny girl, she wrote a letter to a commercial because they just featured women using cleaning products, and she thought this was a very unfair portrayal. And then she went on to get I think she got an international politics degree at Northwestern. So that's just some exciting.
And Allison, what does this mean? Is she leaving a royal family, or is she resigning as a royal, or what?
No.
Exactly
She gets the best of all worlds. This is also I'm also impressed with her powers here. They're they're going to be, quote, financially independent, but when we get down to the details, they explained on their website that just means they're giving up 5% of the money from the world. So she's going to get the best of all worlds. She's going to live
Is she going to get a job?
She's an actress.
She's an actress.
You don't know? She's from Suits. She's a famous actress from Suits, which is about Harvard lawyers.
So
she's on a
she's
show, a famous show.
Focus on her acting career.
Well, I think she wants to focus on charity, but she already was basically. I mean, she was already. They say she had $5 million going into the marriage. She was an active actress. She was in the show Suits. And apparently, if you're part of the conventional thing, you're not allowed to have a job. That's part of the deal too. That's what they said. Why they're also leaving. It's actually not illegal, but whatever, they against the rules, unless you're I guess in whatever the kind of emancipated capacity is. So they're going to get the benefit of the money, but they're going to go too long.
Do you think they get high on weed?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. They probably have a little grow in the frog. What's it called? Frog estate or something.
They don't have any actual responsibilities, from what I understand, or actual power to do anything. So they have a lot of free time on their hands. It sounds like to do things like that.
So, I think so. Actually, funny enough, I think that Meghan Markle's half brother had a strain in LA for a while that was a Markle strain.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll come get involved in the cannabis business.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunities there.
Wasn't there some international news regarding CBD, food and drink? Raza, do you know?
Well, there was an article that came out this week in the Wall Street Journal, but it just reflects a lot of confusion that's been going on really for months. Just about CBDs, it's showing up in food and drinks everywhere. We see it at all of the big chain stores. Everywhere you go. I saw it in the airport the other day, at the Burbank airport, CBD water. But under both federal and California law, it's illegal to put CBD in food and drinks. But despite this, we still see it everywhere. There's sort of widespread confusion. We've had people who talk about wanting to start up a new CBD beverage company, CBD energy drinks, whether that's a good idea, bad idea. And, it's hard to say. The fact is that it's illegal under California and federal law, but it's also, they don't seem to be enforcing the law, at least any more than sporadically. So.
And also, it's not the big thing is it's illegal, but we're talking about it's not a controlled substance. You don't get subject to mandatory minimums. So explain, Rosa,
It's
explain
not
the
a
difference.
controlled substance, but it's part of an FDA-approved drug,
What was the-
which
how
means
the
it
difference?
falls into a category where it is controlled in a sense by it's an FDA-controlled substance now, and that they say that you can't put it in food or drinks, and they can take various federal enforcement actions against that.
But let me ask you a question. Is it part of, because this is a big deal, is it part of like the Controlled Substances Act where you can face mandatory minimums for distribution?
It's in a sort of gray area where it's an FDA approved drug, so it's illegal in certain circumstances, like as part of food and drinks, especially is what the feds in California have ruled. But no one seems to be enforcing this for now, and it seems like something will happen in the future where you're allowed to sell THC products in California under state law, but not CBD products. So a lot of people would be surprised by that result, but I think that something will happen soon at the state or national level, but for now everyone's confused and there's very uneven enforcement of laws.
Do you?
There's an upshot to that, which is like that there's a very strong. So normally we're kind of like always talking, and when we are people talking about cannabis licensing, but since the last several years there hasn't been really enforcement against licensed businesses as long as they're not doing also illegal activities. But that being said, it's still, I would say, more legal to do any CBD activity. And I mean more legal, I mean that in like a hazy way. Just meaning that you have less criminal exposure. Like it's still, for distribution of marijuana, we're still talking 10 to 20 years.
It's a serious criminal
right,
offense.
but
The
for hemp
CBD
derived,
is more of like a regulatory offense.
so it's a huge difference. So there's like until then. So I think just recently in December, U.S. Congress passed something saying, like legislation saying that they want to have CBD regulations for hemp within 2 years. So that gives people like kind of 2 years to, do a lot in the CBD industry. One issue though is like, there are post office memos about CBD. There's a lot of, even though it's not regulated, there are some. At least there's this post office memo and some like suggested, ways to handle it. And one thing is always dealing with a licensed hemp farm. And there's very few places in the United States where you can even get licensed hemp.
Someone asked a question regarding Texas if they can receive flowers and sell. I'm assuming that they mean hemp flowers. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Actually, that kind of brings us to another event of the week, which was that in many states, smokable hemp has now become outlawed. We're going to do a little research and see what exactly the penalties are, and we'll tell you guys next week what that is. I'd have to check Texas, but like it's becoming like a fad, especially amongst the southern states like Louisiana this week.
There's a lot of places where they used to have tobacco farming, and that's becoming less and less popular in America, and they're seeing that hemp maybe taking over for tobacco crops and other struggling farmers. So it's a good opportunity for a lot of farmers in the South, but the laws are still adapting to it.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you think that the vaping crisis is going to have a negative effect on how they move forward with CBD?
So I know the vaping crisis, it's hit a lot of cannabis companies hard. A lot of people thought that vaping was the big hot next trend, the wave of the future, but we've been seeing vaping sales going way down. There was just an article this past week out about how vaping sales slid 26% in 2 months following these news incidents of people getting sick. So it's been hitting people hard. There's a lot of confusion. Is this only from cannabis vapes? Is it from nicotine vapes? Is it only from unlicensed places? And there have been these reports of people getting sick from different types of vapes, licensed and unlicensed, and cannabis and nicotine. But a lot of it's hard to really know what's true and false. A lot of this is based on people who probably use vapes from lots of different sources, and you're hearing these sort of anecdotal things. There's no real way to track it, and there's no way to track a lot of these unlicensed products that are out there, where they're really coming from and who's behind them. So a lot of people have just been staying away from vapes altogether, but probably at some point they'll find a way to screen for what's causing all these illnesses and find some better way to assure people that vapes are safe.
Do you think that the vaping crisis has contributed to the negative effect of cannabis stocks for investors?
I think definitely. I think there's been a sort of panic all over the country about vaping, and that's really hurting at least the cannabis companies that were focused on vaping. Now there's other forms of cannabis that I guess are probably taking over for people who would otherwise have vaped. They might be using edibles or smoking it instead, but it's definitely hitting the industry. Hard, and it's not great press, but I think it's also people are realizing that that's maybe a reason to have better regulations and better licensing systems so more people use the licensed products and they can test them for safety.